What up, chat? What's up, everybody? Let's do it. What's up, everybody? Let's do it. Right, I'm supposed to be here at midnight. It's not midnight. I'm trying so hard. It's not midnight. It's 1:48. I had a lot of stuff to do, man. I dropped a lot of videos today. Y'all saw them? Yay! Thanks for me. Not really thanks for me. It doesn't matter if you're here or not. Um, I'm sure you could check it out tomorrow. You know, you've got a career. You've got things going on. It's the first day of school for children tomorrow. It's the first day of school. Hopefully, shout out to all the kids going to school. God bless them. Hopefully they do good. Every year in school, man, I would start off like, yo, I'm gonna do good this year. I swear to God, man, I'm gonna do all my homework. I'm gonna start like maybe a week or two right after they get past the addition and the subtraction, multiplication, and then it'd be like long multiplication. I'd start zoning out. Then it'd be division. I'm like, shit. Then it'd be fraction. I was like, nigga, I got somewhere to be. Anyway, but shout out to the kids who take their schooling seriously. Shout out to the kids who have the foresight to know that childhood is a small, very small part of your life, and eventually you're going to do bigger and better things. Anyway, with that being said, my next thing is going to be somewhat interesting. I didn't know about this at all. This is a brand new information. This story is actually coming from the Hollywood Reporter. I don't really read them, but you know, it's a magazine still. I guess if those things still exist. But the Hollywood Reporter has this information, and they claim that P Diddy was giving money to Elon Musk. Check it out. We'll take a look at it. All right, so the article says Sean P. Diddy Combs revealed to be amongst the investors in Elon Musk's X launch. So this nigga helped Elon buy Twitter? The company is ordered by court to publicly share a list of its investors in a lawsuit seeking payment for arbitration related expenses. After a federal court forced its hand, Elon Musk's X Corp has disclosed a list of shareholders for its parent company. Investors named the document unsealed on Wednesday evening, including entities linked to Sean Diddy Combs, Bill Ackman, Larry Elderson, and Mark Andreessen. I don't know him. He's probably somebody else dumb rich. The disclosure stems from a lawsuit filed by the former Twitter employees accusing Musk of violating their arbitration agreement by failing to pay them certain fees after he bought the site. It lists nearly 100 groups that stake the company, such as the Saudi Prince, god damn, Alawid bin Talib Al Saad, ABT. They gotta call this nigga something better than that. Anyway, the Saudi Prince, as well as his invested vehicle, the Kingdom Holding Company. I know that. That's the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the Twitter founder, Jack Dorsey. So it's a lot of people that got down on this. I mean, I ain't know. I thought Elon Musk just had the money on hand and shit. They always saying he the richest man in the world, him and Jeff Bezos. I'm sure he was. I thought he was just like, yo, I got you, son. I got you. I got Twitter. And then, you know, realistically, I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it had to be a big deal like this. It's interesting how money works. Money begots money. The filing gives a peek into investors who funded Musk's $44 billion purchase of the social media platform, widely considered among the most prominent global town squares due to its international reach. And it's interesting, when Elon first bought Twitter, everybody was like, oh, it's going down. This is the end of the world. It turned out Old Special Man knew a thing or two about town squares. Is that what they're calling Twitter now? The world's town square? X challenged having to publicly share the names of his stakeholders in this case. As part of the litigation, it filed a corporate disclosure statement saying that no publicly held corporation owns 10% or more of its stock without identifying specific entities. A journalist and reporters committee for freedom of the press moved to intervene in the case, arguing that There's a strong public interest in the understanding and in understanding the financial motives that shape free speech on one of the world's most used social media sites. So, basically, they're just saying that X ain't want to give it up. X, aka Elon Musk, he ain't want to give up the info. He ain't want to tell who was working with him. Where you get your money, Elon? That's what they asking you. You over here all African but white at the same time, but American, somehow a Trump fan. What are you all about? Where do you get your money from? Who's paying for your shit? Let me see if they got any more on it. On Tuesday, U.S. District Judge Susan Illiston, she sounds serious, found that there were no scandalous information or trade secrets in the disclosure, which was filed under seal in June. So, Diddy, I guess Diddy money ain't crooked because they saying that Judge Susan Elliston found that there's no scandalous information or trade secrets in the disclosure. Or maybe that's not exactly saying that the money ain't crooked. They just saying in the process of buying this, nobody did anything crooked. Amongst a few entertainment figures on the list is Sean Combs Capital. You already said that. The fund is one of the most linked to Combs, who has several business ventures in various industries. The disclosure doesn't say how much he invested in X since his investment in the site in 2022. He's been besieged by lawsuits accusing him of actual assault and battery. The former mogul, who's under federal investigation for X trafficking, has denied the allegations. Throughout the 2016 surveillance video shared by CNN, in May, show him violently, blah, 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 blah. We saw the video. Anyway, long story short, they try to make Elon look bad by hanging out with Diddy. I mean, Elon already looks bad. He's just a bad looker. Anyway, I don't even know if that's going anywhere, but that's what it is. I saw that on the wire today. And, Elon is doing Elon. What I really should have did is, this nigga is putting the chips in the brains, and now, y'all heard about that, right? He putting the chips in motherfuckers' brains, and now they hooking those same chips up to niggas' arms and legs. So now you got legitimate cyborgs. RoboCop is coming for you niggas. You think he ain't? Drop it. Drop it. That's what RoboCop used to say. Drop it. That nigga had a helmet on and shit. No neck. He was shot all up. I'm telling you, man, it's coming. Cyborg land. Remember that one-hand man from the Winter Soldier ass nigga? That's going to be a real thing. Colossus arm. I can't wait. I might get me one. I might chop mine off and put a new one on that bitch. Trick that shit out. Put some rims on it. Anyway, what else I got? Oh, this one is coming from All Urban Central. They cover, black people stories, hood stories, what's going on, and, things of that nature. It's weird because why am I still on that? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, but All Urban Central, they cover all kind of different stories pertaining to hip hop news, things of that nature. In this particular instance, that gotta be gone. We gotta make that gone. How about that? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going through some small technical difficulties. It ain't as easy as it seems. I know I try to make it seem effortless and cool, like I'm just pushing buttons, but I feel like a goddamn scientist in here in the middle of the night. A scientist, I tell you. We're doing it as a science. Why is it not switching is what I'm not understanding. We're going to trick off the OBS. Re-add it. Luckily, I do this shit at Luckily, I do this shit in the middle of the goddamn night. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody here to judge me. Y'all would be nice though if he was here. You wouldn't treat me like that, would you? You probably would. Y'all probably would. Y'all don't care. I'm almost there. I swear to God. And I did have these things put together, man. If you are watching, I know you like fix your shit. I got more dope stuff for you niggas. I swear to God. I'm just trying to make it look nice. All right, on to the next one. Finally, I'm back. I'm back, chat. Anyway, this nigga's a stalker, and he was on All Urban Central. All Urban Central stalked the stalker to get the tape that the stalker was doing. So we get to see this nigga was... Some random man was stalking Jay-Z, and let's watch and see what he saw when he was stalking him. I wouldn't mind stalking Jay-Z. I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan, but, you know, he's stalkable. Let's see what's going on. All right, this is I Stalk Jay-Z. That's not the name of it. It's not I Stalk Jay-Z. It's called... Hold on, I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Spying on Jay-Z for 30 minutes straight at an event in New York. He won't say where he was, but he said for 30 minutes, 30 goddamn minutes, he was peeping in on a Jigga man. Leave that man alone. Let him live his life. He didn't even have Beyonce with him. If he had Beyonce with him, I'd have been... Nah, I'm just kidding. Stop playing. Anyway. All right, here we go. I Stalk Jay-Z. I hope he do more than watch the back of this nigga neck. Like, what? All right, we see Jigga Man standing around pointing. This thing ain't doing nothing but talking big business. Is that it? He gotta do something else? Like, what the fuck? Just stand there looking at the nigga? All right, let's see what else this nigga did, because that's bullshit. He stood there over railing. It's a bullshit ass stakeout. I'm sorry, y'all. I would have never watched this. I don't want to see this. See, what I try to do is I try to bring y'all the videos as I watch them. Before I watch them, I'm going to start watching them first. I don't know. I'm trying to give genuine reactions. This is my genuine reaction. Why did you do that, sir? What are you doing? Y'all want to see some more?
I paid $230 for Brunson. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm pretty sure Travis is up there too.
Boo. Shit is whack, son. Nobody want to see that. Why would you show? You suck. Niggas stalking Jay-Z for no damn reason. No, I'm not getting no brain chip, Southern Belle. What's up, Southern Belle? How you doing? No, and Jay never had no facial hair. Never. Looking at this nigga. Nobody hanging out for that. That's definitely not going to make the cut. I'm fucking with some Jay-Z. I watched Jay-Z for 30 minutes. That's the creepiest shit ever. Yo, do y'all watch Snowfall? If you don't know, Snowfall is an amazing TV show. It comes on the FX network. I kind of got into it. I watched it actually to the very ending. It was about crack hitting the streets in the 80s. And it was a very realistic depiction. Some people argue that it was a story of Rick Ross. I mean the real Rick Ross, not the what is this dude? Not the correctional officer Rick Ross with the big beard. I'm talking about Freeway Ricky Ross, the real one, copping bricks from the Lithuanians, not the Lithuanians. Who it was? He was copping bricks from the Nicaraguans, nigga, which has to be the blackest of the Latin countries, Nicaragua. I feel that they would understand me. I feel like if I get to Nicaragua, we'd be friends. Anyway, the star of the show, Mr. Franklin Saint, his real name is Idris or something like that. I guess, is that a very popular name in England? He one of them niggas that you think is American and comes to find out this nigga tricked us. He one of them type of niggas. But pretty cool dude, like his stuff. For some reason, this nigga, I don't know, y'all. This might be it. This might be the big one. However one defines the big one, this might be it. But for some reason, your man Franklin Saint, I was just scrolling through the internet. I saw your man laid up, looking crazy, laid up. So we're going to see what that's all about and react to it. This is Meta Reactions with Dark Mark. Because we later on, we're going to react to other people that be reacting, so we react back. It's like an infinite time loop. It's like a butterfly effect, wings. All right, anyway, Franklin Saint about to die. Well, I don't know if he about to die. He might be all right. Hold on. You know that nigga doing bad when you hear the machines? That shit was like, he all squinting and shit. That's fucked up. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. I don't think that's funny. Get better, Idris. I think that's the name. Get better, brother. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be very solemn when I come back and I hear that blip, blip, blip. I'm gonna pretend that that's always going on. All right, here we go. Well, I just for some reason I think it's not that bad, but who knows? I don't know what it is. I hope it's not that bad. Then I gotta cut this part out. Why you said that about Idris? He got I don't know, cancer of the eyebrows. I don't know what's wrong with this nigga. All right, here we go. What is that machine?
I know that anesthesia hit because when
First of all, this nigga is British in real life. Why is he in the hospital as Compton as Franklin Saint, nigga? Don't. Let me check. Is this an old video? I'm tripping. Hold on. Give me a second, nigga, because I know that. That's not what you say. That's not how you talk. That was 1 day ago. I don't know. I'm telling y'all, he British. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. He doing a fake accent. He ain't that sick. If you doing a fake accent, you can't be that sick. When I was Jamaican, listen, I was Jamaican on Rikers Island in '94, nigga. The motherfuckers set my feet on fire. Cause niggas had if you was in a dorm and you just came through and niggas ain't know you like that and you was a Jamaican that wasn't really a Jamaican, somebody might just put matches in between your toes and light them up. That fire get to burning, nigga. You ain't Jamaican no more. What the fuck, nigga? No, actually, I stayed in character. That's neither here nor there. But this nigga ain't American, is what I'm saying. Why are you talking like that, bloke? You blatant bloke. Talk regular. I don't know. What would you say?
I woke up. Anesthesia hit because when I woke up.
Oh, there you go. When I woke up.
I know that anesthesia hit because when I woke up.
Alright, these niggas got me. I don't have to go to the comments and see what the fuck is wrong with these niggas. Anyway, the comments said, my prayers going out for this nigga. Hope he pulls through. Nobody knows what the fuck is wrong with him. Bro, you got the race. Put things on the internet that we have no business. It's like a drug for real clout. He just wanted to get high. Nigga, I'm about to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to get to the bottom of this right now, live on. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? See, and that's what I'm saying. All Urban Central, I want to give real reactions, nigga. I want to give real reactions, but you can't rely on the information that people are giving you. Alright, what's that nigga name? Idris, not Idris Elba. Idris the other nigga. Can you Google Idris the other nigga? What letter they start with? Not a K. Alright, Snowfall nigga. Snowfall cast. Damon Idris. The nigga ain't named Idris at all. Ha ha ha. Damon Idris is dead. No, he not dead. Ha ha. Fuck is wrong with Dave? They don't say what the fuck is wrong with this nigga. Yo, what is up with my stories today? All right. I got you, Damon Idris. I'll just report you dead. Well, y'all heard what I said. Damon Idris is dead. He's not. You can't say that. That's slander. You want me slander? I'm not gonna kill this nigga off. I'm sorry. He living. He just sad. I read something about he been having nightmares. Y'all want to see him again? I'll show him to you. Where this nigga at? I lost him. I cut him off. As I should have, because that was bullshit. 2 bullshit stories in a row. One dead, what the fuck is they talking about? Like, how does this nigga get dead? I'm about to quit fucking with all Urban Central, nigga. So we hear the machines and the fucking telephone and shit. That's every hospital sound like that. This nigga got all this money. They put him in a regular ass. It sound like he right next to the nurse's station. This nigga in triage.
I know that anesthesia hit because when I woke up.
Man, fuck. Look, maybe the nigga ain't dead, but he dead to me. I had enough. I can't do it. Idris Elba, Damon Idris, he's not dead. But but he gone. All right, what we got next, man? I got some solid shit, man. This is clearly gonna be one of those weird ones, cause all the stuff I got, this weird stuff. This next video is from Mr. L Boyd Reacts. I watch his stuff sometimes. Find it very interesting. He is clearly the type of Negro that I don't want to call him a Negro, but I'm a Negro. I'm comfortable with that. I feel like he the kind of dude. I don't know if we would hang out, man. I think he's probably pretty chills, but he seems like he would judge me. My point is, he's a very well spoken Negro. He's the type of Negro that white people compliment how well he speaks. You speak so well. You speak so well. And that's the reason why, because I was going to go and get the original version of this particular video, but I didn't. I said, I want to watch it with my man, Mr. L. Boyd Reacts. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Y'all know I'm dyslexic, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. It might be LeBoyd or Elboyd or something of that nature. But long story short, this is a video from my homeboy that I never met. But we friends. We cool. I sent him a Christmas card, I think. I don't know. This is from my homeboy, Mr. I'm going to tell you his real name so I can stop fucking it up. I'm just fucking around with this man's name. Mr. L. Boyd Reacts. And it's interesting that he would bring this up because, like I said, it's a very well-spoken black man. You know, he's historically black. And this is a video called Your Grammar is Basic Compared to Black English. Shit you talking? All those prepositions, pronouncing your sentences, it's all bullshit. Next to the language I'm talking. You hear this? You hear my euphemisms, nigga? You hear my onomatopoeias? Hockadow, pow, nigga. I don't know. I don't have a point. Anyway, but I do. I want to see what this is all about. Let's check him out. Mr. L. Boyd Reacts. Your grammar is basic once you fuck with these nukes.
I'm thoroughly intrigued. Let's get it, guys.
Here's a really spicy claim. Black English. The language variety.
Oh, take it easy. Why do white people have that little punch when they say black? All right, I'm going to shut up. I know. Everybody say just play the video. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to do it right now. I promise.
Indigenous to the United States, developed by black people who are the descendants of formerly enslaved Africans. That's more complex and more sophisticated than the academic English that we all learned in the classroom. Stick with me on this one. I recently gave a keynote speech at the...
Right, because there is a proper way to talk to niggas. Niggas can smell you if you're not from some hood. You can smell it. You can smell the way they talk. It's like when Kamala get to talk about them greens. It's something in the way she said it. Cause I don't even, you be like, bitch, you don't talk like that. You don't blend your words together. Like you don't even. That's not even a word. What I said is you don't even. Anyway, here we go. I said I was gonna shut up. I'm gonna do it. I swear to God. Here I go.
The American Association of Electronic Reporters and Transcribers, where I talked about accents and non-standard dialects and all the challenges that those pose for transcription, and especially for human transcriptionists who want to be better than AI. And I made that claim, and it seemed to surprise people. And I get it. You're probably still on, wait, is he talking about Ebonics? And sort of, I'll explain that too. But whatever,
or AVVE, I think is what it's called, guys.
you call it, a lot of people have the stereotype that it's lazy, that it's bad English, and that it flouts or completely
That's a new name for Ebonics. AEVE.
disregards the entire concept of grammar.
Okay.
And that's wrong. That could not be.
Hold on, I gotta switch something real quick. That's kind of crazy, son. I need to put myself in the boxes with Mr. Boyce, and then y'all know. And I'm official, son. You know, I'll be knowing this stuff. All right, here I go. Bam. Look at it. Look, I'm really on the panel, right? All right, I'm going back. Nigga English is sophisticated English.
Further from the truth, which is a whole lot weirder than you probably know. So stick around and I'll explain why exactly I say Black English, African American language, Ebonics, is more grammatically complex than you might think, and more sophisticated than it's given credit for. I'm Dr. Taylor Jones, and I'm finna blow your mind.
Doctor.
That nigga said I'm finna blow your mind. Don't do that, white man. The doctor finna blow your mind. I wish my doctor would come in and tell me they finna blow my mind. No, the fuck you ain't, nigga. Anyway, here we go.
Hey?
I'm Dr. Taylor.
You in that paper suit? Like I'm finna blow your mind. In what? In doctoring?
Jones, and this is Language Jones.
I see what you did there. I'm about to blow your mind. We're here.
I promise you this is not a gimmick. What you probably know as Ebonics and what linguists call African American English or African American language or sometimes Black English, the Black ones anyway, is way more grammatically complex and subtle and nuanced and, yes, sophisticated than people think. But that's not the reputation it has. So,
Like, I don't doubt the concept of, like, sophistication, potentially, like, in this context here, guys.
You see what I mean by his voice? I don't doubt your concept of manipulation, of sophistication, actually, in this context. But I find it quite challenging. But, no, I'm just fucking with him. Maybe that's why he wouldn't want to hang out with me, because I'll always be fucking with him. He not worried about my voice, but his voice don't sound like it's coming out of his face. Look at this nigga. I'm sorry. I'm not calling you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like, you know what I'm saying? In a
But I mean, generally, when things are said, they're pretty much double entendres at all times. Because
yes, sophisticated than people think. But that's not the reputation it has. So first, why the reputation? And then I'll tell you all about the more complex grammar, which is really cool. Before I continue, I just want to add that I'm working on a book right now about how Black English has shaped all of American English.
Duh.
But its impact is in many ways invisible or even actively erased. If you're interested in that book, and you should be, please leave me a comment saying so. Maybe even ask me what you wish you knew about it. That way, publishers and agents can see how much interest there actually is, and I'm more likely to get it to market. First things first, teeny tiny history lesson. America has a complicated history with race. That's an understatement. Right. Anybody watching this probably knows that what is now the U.S. had hundreds of years of chattel slavery in which Africans and later their descendants were enslaved in the American South. And
did he have to put the chains up there?
Yes, other groups were enslaved and have been throughout history, but in the U.S., the Irish ran away and then claimed they weren't Irish and nobody could tell. And the indigenous
He just ran away. I ain't Irish. What are you talking about?
People ran away and then got really good at staying away because they already knew the terrain better.
Bro, you know what's interesting? Like, I have argued with a lot of people, right? A lot of people on YouTube specifically in comments where you guys would send me videos kind of regarding the history of the United States of America. I would explain it exactly like he just said it, right? But then they were like, no, the Irish were no, they were not. They were indentured servants, right? And literally, as soon as they possibly could, they blended in with everyone else. That's what they did, right? That's the reality of the United States of America in terms.
Yeah, man, but you said it with your black face, and so people just cross that out. They're like, oh, shut up.
Of that specific
I'm not saying that. I'm on your side, brother.
Time, right? What are you talking about? The all things were not equal specifically at that time. That's just the reality, guys. But people want to argue it and act like, that didn't happen. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
People ran away and then got really good at staying away because they already knew the terrain better. Right. They were here first. Slavers very quickly settled on bringing Africans who, if they even survived the trip, were in a foreign land, stood out wherever they went, and were thrown in with people who didn't speak the same languages. And that's kind of an important part here. You have lots of people who are native speakers of Bantu languages, but who are forced to communicate using either the plantation Creole or some form of English. Now's not the time to
a common ground.
Go into all the detail about the linguistic arguments about the genesis of African American English. And in fact, we can never really know because we have insufficient and wildly unreliable records.
Nigga, it's the genesis. It worked just like everything else we got. We just pulled together what we had, and that's how the niggas sound. What do you want?
A hugely contentious
who do people interact with?
Issue in linguistics. And that unreliability of records is kind of the point. The U.S. has a mainstream culture that stereotypes black people as lazy and unintelligent, and it comes in large part out of our history of slavery and Jim Crow. Unintelligent is a justification for forcing people to do manual labor they don't want to do, and lazy is one way of looking at their resisting literal slavery. You go pick tobacco in Maryland in June and get back to me about how enthusiastic you are about doing that all day, every day. Until after the Civil War, black Americans were denied even basic education, albeit with some exceptions, and it wasn't until the middle of the 20th century that they were guaranteed equal.
Okay, white man, I don't need this history lesson. Let's go.
And not separate access to education, at least on paper. But also, we tend to overstate the importance of formal education and academic norms around the right way to speak. Any language you could name, including the fancy educated ones like Latin, were developed by illiterate people. Literally, since language change is driven by kids. So, over the last 400 years, Black Americans have developed a distinct language variety. Not all
language is driven by kids.
I will agree with that, especially new languages, new slang, and as things develop, and choices in how words are placed. Yeah, shit. Look at how everybody's trying to turn they into, you know what I mean.
What's funny is I never ever thought about that, but I appreciate you giving me that little nugget of information, because yeah, it makes all the sense in the world now, all of it. Oh no, do you hear how these like Gen Alphas speak, guys? Skibbity, phantom taxes. Mm-hmm. What is a skibbity? I know what a phantom tax is, right? But a phantom tax, skibbity, guys.
Over the last 400 years, Black
I don't know what that is either. I wanted to answer it and be all cool, but I don't.
Americans have developed a distinct language variety.
That's going to be in the dictionary, no doubt.
Americans, obviously, and in fact, more than one variety. Right. Gullah and Black English are not the same. Ebonics actually,
not at all.
Gullah is in the Gullah Geechee from the Beaufort or Buford area.
Gullah Geechee. All right, go ahead, nigga.
Of
he black.
South Carolina.
More than one variety. Gullah and Black English are not the same. Ebonics actually historically referred to all the different language varieties that came out of the New World contact between West African languages and European colonial languages. So technically, Brazilian Portuguese, Haitian Creole, and Gullah are all Ebonics too. But the point is that it is its own distinct language variety. Maybe a dialect of English, maybe a decreolized Creole. As I've said in other videos, it has rules.
That's valid.
This means that it's not just breaking the rules of classroom English. It's a language variety with highly regular, highly systematic rules. The rules are just different from classroom English.
And once you get down to his perception,
and that's where we get to my claim that
because I'm not going to accept it as fact, but we'll see.
It's more complicated and sophisticated. I'm not saying the dudes on the corner outside in Harlem where I live hanging out and smoking are necessarily more sophisticated by our cultural standards than the Ivy League professors teaching down the street at Columbia.
They're not.
In their tweet or whatever.
Let's not make that assumption.
But I am absolutely saying that their language use is grammatically more sophisticated than the English being taught to those Ivy League legacy students in their first year writing classes.
Yeah, if only just because it's constantly moving. Slang, street language slang, black people talk does not remain the same. There's certain rules and things that are staples, but for the most part, no. In fact, part of what defines black talk is, being sharp, being new, being fresh. Niggas care about being fresh.
So hear me out. A lot of you
you're disrespectful
to those Ivy League.
Maybe they got their own merit, potentially. But I get it. We made fun of legacies also.
Legacy students in their first year writing classes. So hear me out. A lot of you like my channel for language learning and linguistics content about other languages. Many know that I'm big on thinking about how languages treat tense, aspect, and mood. If you haven't watched my videos about these, all you really need to know is that we abuse the word tense in English to refer to all three. To grossly oversimplify, tense actually refers to whether some shape of the verb indicates when something happens. Okay. Aspect indicates whether it's thought of as ongoing or completed, and mood refers to something that indicates in some way how the speaker feels about what they're talking about. Some languages have only tense or only aspect. So for instance, Mandarin Chinese has aspect but not tense.
I'm going to cut the fuck out of this video. Nigga, get to it.
Tense. Biblical Hebrew had aspect and not tense. Modern Hebrew has tense and aspect is a bit iffy. In English, we have modal verbs like you should do this or you must do that, but other languages can modify basically anything. So you have things like the subjunctive that indicates doubt about the proposition. It also does other stuff that's more structural because languages are messy. So the point here is when I say Black English is more complicated and sophisticated, what I mean is that the grammatical system of tense, aspect, and mood in Black English makes more and more nuanced distinctions. Where it gets confusing is that it does so with basically the same words, just used differently. Dr. Arthur Spears calls these camouflage constructions. So let me give some examples. The most famous in linguistics,
you mean like rich?
Is what is sometimes called habitual be. I actually don't really like the name and prefer the less used in.
Oh, because they do be doing that.
Variant be, because it has more functions than marking habituality, but that is a main one. So if I say, it be that way. That doesn't mean the same thing as it is that way.
Right. Sometimes it be that way.
When you add the word sometimes, both end up meaning the same thing, but it be that way on its own has built in that it is that way sometimes and not necessarily
all the time
right now.
Right. That's just how it be.
These can lead to
Oh my God. Well played. Listen, okay.
That it is that.
I'm just gonna sit here and listen. This
nigga learning nigga English from I gotta stop saying that word. It's gonna get me demonetized. God damn it. There's a line. All right, I'm sorry. Here we go.
It's absolutely spectacular.
That way sometimes and not necessarily right now. These can lead to miscommunications where people who don't speak Black English think that they understand what's being said, but they're missing some of the nuance. Instead of
right. They don't be knowing.
Recognizing the rest of it. They usually think that the Black English speaker is just using bad grammar. So if I say, I'm going to call him at work, and my friend says, nah, he don't be at work, I might understand the social communicative function of that speech act and choose not to call him, but I might miss the nuance. He isn't usually at
Right, he don't be there like that.
At work, so it's probably not a good bet, but my friend is not asserting that they know he isn't at work right now. In fact, it could be the case that he don't usually be at work,
he don't usually be at work.
But in an unforeseen turn of events, he's there right now. Did you notice, by the way, that you can optionally delete the present indicative form of to be, just like in Hebrew, Russian, Arabic, Mandarin, and a ton of other languages? Habitual be isn't just about the habits, but can also be about generic states. Dr. Lisa Green calls the trickier abstract form bicycle sentences.
He showed her so you know he got this information from Black people.
After an example from a famous interview where the speaker said something along the lines of, some of them be big and some of them be small. This doesn't mean that
they do be.
That each bicycle is usually big but sometimes small, like the magic school bus. And invariant B is just the tip of the iceberg. There's stressed been, which indicates remote perfect. You know how saying, I have been in English means it started in the past and it's relevant to the present, especially in like British English? Remote been usually indicates completion in the distant past and relevance to the present. So if I say, I've been told you that, it doesn't mean I've been telling you that. It means I told
you that a while ago, man.
Do that a long time ago, dummy. Linguists did
Don't try to study, niggas. That's exactly what I mean. I've been told you that. That's exactly what it means.
And for a very long time. Like, listen, I've been saying this repeatedly. All right. Why is there an issue that you are asking me to say this again? I've been saying this.
Formal study of white school teachers in Harlem in the 1970s and asked teachers, if your student says they did their homework, is it completed or are they still working on it? And
he did it a while ago.
Majority of the teachers got it wrong. Using the dialect kids speak at home to teach them literacy and then using the ability to read and write to teach them academic English.
That was the issue with the IQ test, right? I think so.
Teach them literacy and then using the ability to read and write to teach them academic English was actually the proposal that kicked off the Oakland Ebonics controversy. Black English also has many more modal verbs than classroom English, although many of you might be familiar with them from social media or from them slowly being adopted into the mainstream. There's the future modal finna, originally from the very southern fixing oneself to do something. In the South, everybody uses it. In the North, it was historically only speakers of Black English, though that's changing. There's trina, which does not mean trying to. I'm going to say that again. Trina does not.
Yes, it does, kind of, in a way. What
mean
are you trying to say?
Trying to. It's a future modal that indicates intent, not attempt.
Oh, yeah. Like, trying to get this money. Doesn't mean you're trying. I get it.
That's how you can get a question like, when are you trying to leave? The same is the case for bouda. And there's further reduction of gonna to gon and on and And all of these have different grades.
Bro, I think this man is a spy. Okay. I mean, I respect it, guys. Keep this in mind, right? I mean, I grew up in New York, but I didn't grow up like around like a lot of people who spoke what he's calling Black English.
Clearly.
You know, I think over time, I'm probably fluent in it and don't even realize it because I understand everything that
you're not fluent in it, nigga.
It's being said for the most part, right? No, I do all of it, every aspect of it. Right. But yeah, we definitely didn't speak like that at home. We spoke kind of normally. I can't explain it, guys. Right. But yeah, normally for the most part.
Variations of meaning when it comes to time. And not only does Black English have more grammatical distinctions in terms of time and aspect, but you can combine them. So you could have been gone there and you been could have gone there. Have different implications. Leave me a comment.
Hold on, wait.
You could have been gone there and you been could have gone there have different implications.
That is true. You could have been gone there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a long time, you could have been going there. But you could have went there. It's like, now you probably can't no more.
Leave me a comment, by the way, if you think you can explain the difference.
Hold on, bro. You could have been gone there. Like, you should have left a long time ago. All right? Like, why are you still here? Why?
But
you could have gone there. Nah, that means the same thing in my head, bro. I'm going to be honest. It means the same exact thing in my head. Like, why are you still here? You could have been there. Right? But again, I'm not a really good case study here because I am completely broken as a Black American, I think.
You could have gone there. It's like, it's kind of slipping away. You could have gone there. You waste too much time. You could have went down there.
Culturally and socially, I'm completely broken. But either way.
Have different implications. Leave me a comment, by the way, if you think you can explain the difference.
Nah.
So what you have is a very robust grammatical system, but one that's built in part by using slightly different versions of the same words to do very different things. This has a few repercussions. First, because the words all sound like words other English speakers use, a lot of people completely fail to recognize they're being used to do something different. You'll almost certainly see this in the comments on this video. People who don't speak Black English will assume they know what is meant and not realize that they're shoehorning a different grammatical construction into one they already feel familiar with.
Okay.
Second, that process combined with stereotypes just kind of erase that Black English exists. If you think I just talk lazy or have bad grammar, then you won't be attuned to the difference in meaning when I say, he don't be over there. You might think a sentence like, he ain't working there today, but he be working there, is contradictory gibberish. You might not recognize that, that Oscar Gamble's famous quote, they don't think it be that way, but it do, is both
because they don't
grammatically correct for that dialect and perfectly clear. They don't think it's usually that way, but it is usually that way. And lastly, because the first 2 points, people might get it wrong and not realize it. I mentioned this in my video on the word woke, and I've also mentioned this in interviews, but it's totally possible to get Black English wrong, and plenty of people do. Sometimes
I have told, like,
tons of people get it wrong.
a lot of people, right? Specifically, whenever you guys send me videos about something is woke, right? And I've said in the videos, that's not what that means, okay? That is not what that means. And people are arguing me in the comments. No, it means when you are like, I don't know, you overdo social justice.
Woke originally just meant aware, like in the Matrix when they was awakened from the bullshit. But niggas don't say, yo, you awakened me. Hello, I've awakened. Niggas be like, yo, you woke me up. You woke. I'm woke. And now what it is a code word for racist that means basically black people in one way or another. I'm tired of the woke mob. And then, of course, because we don't define our allegiances, it also means every other marginalized group. You know what the hell I mean. Anyway.
Justice warrior thing.
Don't get me started. How I slip into that?
Right? And I'm just like, what? That's not what it means. Right? You're using a word in the context, like specifically coming from an origin point that you may not be familiar with, right? It does not mean that, right? Not like that. It's never meant that up until for some reason these last couple of years. And I'm just like, huh?
Because they try to make us tied into everything goddamn liberal. And now woke means liberal and all that other stuff. But black people been saying woke, and it just means you woke. You're awake. You're awake. That's what you say when you wake up. You woke. One would say awake, we say woke. Well, used to. Well, I mean, we still do, but woke also means, I don't know, to conservatives and to Democrats, apparently, woke means a liberal, bunch of bullshit, whatever you into, do what you want, wear all the colors, you know. All right, back to we're learning something.
What are you talking about? It's always been the same thing since I was like a kid.
Sometimes it's Russian bots attempting to stoke racial tensions in the US on Twitter. Sometimes it's comedians using phrases they think sound funny. Sometimes it's corporate ad execs mashing up everything they think is teen speak. Babies on fleek. Okay, but my bae do though. And speakers of Black English will immediately know that you're faking it, just like most of you would notice immediately if I will start mix-upping my tenses in regular the English. That's what you sound like to Black Americans when you be saying,
Yeah. That's the word woke to me. That is 100% when people use the word woke right now. But I get it. It's taken on this whole thing now. And I'm just like, huh? What do you mean by that?
and today's weather be like sunshine. The thing about language and linguistic ideologies,
Today's weather do be like sunshine.
though, is that it's never really about the people. So if Black English had less tense aspect and mood marking, people would say it's because those people are intellectually inferior and they can't do all the grammar that we sophisticates do. But when it has more, even if I can convince you,
That's exactly what my grandmother would have said. I'm going to be honest. That may sound terrible. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, my grandmother was very, very I don't think she liked herself. Let's go be honest.
that it's easy for people to keep the disparagement, but flip the reason. Those people are intellectually inferior, and so their language doesn't have the elegant simplicity of ours. To quote a famous speaker of Black English who you probably don't think of that way, you can't win.
And you can win, child. You can't begin.
Bro, don't play that song. No. I know.
Why not?
I know. That's The Wiz, by the way, Michael Jackson.
You can't break even, and you can't get out of the game. There's
He's on down the road, nigga.
a lot more that I could say about this, so much more that it could fill a book. So if you're interested in that book, definitely drop a comment.
Yeah,
Damn, he gonna write a book on nigga speech. That's pretty dope.
yeah. Bro, I don't know if you'll ever see this video of me reacting to your video, but yeah, I'm very interested. I'm heavily intrigued. I think my wife would absolutely love this. She natively speaks Spanish. She's from Spain, but she's incredibly intrigued by anything language oriented. I think she would love that book.
I've already written chapters about the history of Black English, regional dialects and homegrown flavor, how racism and the culture wars have shaped the academic study of it in weird ways, and an entire chapter on just all the memes. So if you want to hear about the time a middle-aged white guy blurted out, "Bye, Felicia," to a Black linguist friend of mine, and what happened next, you're going to want to get a copy of this book.
What?
If you like what I'm doing,
Was her name Felicia?
I hate that "Bye Felicia" has become a popular term. It wasn't even the funniest line in Friday. It's not even, nobody who was around at that time watching Friday, nobody remembers that line. That shit came out fucking years later. And it's still not funny, and it wasn't funny then, and it's not funny now. Bye, Felicia. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. All the funny shit that happened there, people running around talking about "Bye, Felicia." It makes me so pissed. I know it's stupid. Anyway, moving right along. What else I got? God damn it. Cursing out people about "Bye, Felicia." Oh, man. So, all right, do you tell me what y'all want to hear? Do y'all want to hear about the humanoid lizards or Black YouTube has gotten even worse? I'm doing one or both of them or one or both of them. Humanoid lizards or Black YouTube has gotten worse? Y'all tell me. Humanoid lizards? Is it lizards or YouTube? I don't know. Let me see. I'm probably going to do, I want to do the lizards. But the Black YouTube. All right, I'm gonna fight for my people, man. I'm gonna fight for the souls of Black people. Once again, nobody don't care. Nobody don't care. But I'm gonna fight for your black ass souls. And we're gonna talk about Black YouTube. It's gotten worse. It's one of the worst things going on for us. We're not making the most of these opportunities. And we got a young man by the name of Cameron. His name is simply Cameron. Not simply Cameron, but Cameron alone. And this is his video. Black YouTube has gotten damn worse. All right, here we go.
My little sister got a BBL, asking homeless people freaky questions. Little RT 20v1. This is actually getting out of hand. A few months ago, I dropped a video titled "The Problem with Black YouTube," and in that video, I basically talked about how I feel like there's two types of Black content creators. One kind cares about their content and what they actually put out on the internet, and the other kind basically just trend hops and spams the most corniest content possible. All the public interview and like 20v1 spamming YouTubers. And that video has gotten a lot of mixed feedback, you know? Some people said that I was spitting in that video. A lot of people even gave me a lot of props for speaking up about this issue. And then some people thought that what I was saying was kind of a little Uncle Ruckusy. Some people were even saying that I wasn't the best spokesperson for this because I speak proper and I sound white.
And your lineup will make people say that about you too. I'm just saying that. Is that wrong? To say because his lineup will make him be like, yo, why are you talking about black people with a lineup like that? You can't. I know I'm one. I don't got no hair, so I'm one to talk, but I understand. Anyway, here we go.
Even though, I mean, I'm pretty sure last time I checked, I'm black. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I guess I gotta sound black as well. I don't know how a black person is supposed to sound, but y'all tell me in the comments.
I hate when people say that, but not saying this young man doesn't have a point, but there is a such thing as sounding black. He sounds down the middle. We just did a whole show about that. That's why I'm on it. Let me leave him alone. I told you I was gonna shut up. Just watch the video. Here y'all go. Here we go. I swear to God. Now I'm gonna do it.
Comment section below. Overall, there was a lot of mixed feedback with that video. And in today's video, I actually wanted to return to that topic of black YouTube once again, because I've been seeing some things, and I'm not gonna lie, it's low-key getting insane. Starting with these 20v1s. Now, these 20v1s, they were pretty popular like 6-7 months ago, and they're still pretty popular till today. If you're unfamiliar with the 20v1, I mean, basically, it's one person versus 20 other people, and
yeah, they dumb as shit.
you just speed date each person each round. That's pretty much it. Now, like I said, these 20v1s are still popular till this day, and nothing's really changed with these, except for instead of using adults, they are now using children, as you guys.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. I did a video on that too. I'm a little uncomfortable even showing the little kids other than little RT. Not saying that little RT deserves to be exploited, but just the way it's yucky. It's yucky. I'll let the young man break it down. Here we go.
You guys saw in the intro, yes, there was a creator out here who created a 20v1 with Little RT, the 10-year-old rapper. If that is not insane, I don't know what is.
That's just the beginning.
I genuinely don't. Instead of using Lil RT as a side character like that one guy did, he's now upgraded to a main character, and they got this man speed dating children. But yeah, that's like the only changes they've made with these 20v1s. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. Still scamming their fans with the Cash App link in the description.
How you do that? I'm trying to scam my fan. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm kidding. Y'all don't send me nothing no way. Send me a super chat, man.
Claiming that you're gonna make $750, and we already know how that goes. Cash App is not giving you $750 for free. That just doesn't make sense. That's a terrible business move. They're still using the exact same intros as one another, and they're also still using the exact same profile pictures as one another. Like, there's literally zero creativity when it comes to these 20v1 tubers. Now, one specific 20v1,
and it's kind of sad. A lot of times, that's how black people get down, man. We smell that money. We going in. How many rappers you heard say, I don't even give a damn about rap. I'm trying to get this money. I mean, when Beanie Siegel first said that shit back in the days. Niggas ain't in it for the art. Motherfuckers come from a bad situation. You trying to come up. And I ain't saying that makes it right, and it does kind of shit on the art form. Look what's happening to hip-hop. What has happened to hip-hop. But, you know, what are you going to do?
one that I really want to talk about right now, because I feel like this is the elephant in the room, is this Little RT 20v1. A few weeks
I know.
weeks ago, I was scrolling on Twitter, just getting in my daily scroll, and I see this poster, 20 women versus Lil RT. It's in Atlanta, and I also saw that Reddit logo in the bottom right. I don't know what Reddit has to do with this, but I just looked at it and I thought it was a troll. But then about a week ago, I was scrolling through Twitter again, and I seen a clip from this 20v1, and when I tell you, I was shocked.
Hey.
That's the shit I don't want to show. Little goddamn little girls talking about some hay. Anyway, y'all.
What's your name? Tatum. What's your favorite color? Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was my kid, I'd be highly upset. Just the fact that putting them in that situation. You can call it what you want. Oh, it's just cute or whatever. That's too much. I do not approve. I don't want you standing like that, and you damn sure ain't competing for no goddamn boys yet. What you gonna do is get yourself together, so that one day you'll find a nice husband. Anyway.
Right, Nick?
Now, this video is made by a YouTuber by the name of Mike Adelaboo, who's pretty much another variant of like No Love Mar, Ryan with the Sauce, all those cornball
Call that nigga a variant.
20v1 tubers. A majority of his content just revolve around 20v1s. Like if we look at his last 12 videos, you can see that he did nothing else but 20v1s. And before the 20v1s, this man was basically just doing the find your matches and putting his friends on freaky blind dates. Like he was basically just doing this cornball content pretty much. And I guess 20v1s got super boring, so he just had to spice it up by adding children to the mix. You may be thinking like, oh Cam, you might be overreacting, you know? Maybe this 20v1 isn't that bad. No, it's exactly what you
No, it's that bad. He brought out 2 girls for the little boy.
think. This is a children's dating show. This man literally held a children's rizzing competition. This is not the TikTok Riz party. This is the YouTube Kids Riz party. None of these kids are over the age of 13 years old. What was going through this man's head when he was thinking of this video? Man,
Money. Niggas don't give a fuck. And our culture supports that. Our culture tells you, yo, get your money. Get your money. Not how. Not when, not what. No, just get your money. But he was getting money though. That'd be the first thing out of nigga mouth. Anyway.
20v1s are getting dead, man. Let's add some children to the mix. Like, bro, what the heck? What's crazy is this man also added boys to the mix to make it seem like Lil RT was there to find friends, when we know the true intentions of this. Like I said, this is a children's dating show. This freaky ass cornball.
Crazy. That had me messed up too. Oh, they just friends and wanna, come on. What are we doing?
Got a room full of kids to try and rizz up Lil RT. Is that not weird? I want to know what adults allowed their kids to get on this.
Same shit I was saying. Period. And shit, little RT mother should be locked up. This is crazy. And you know this is mostly to his benefit. It's a point when a dude, Amadalo, whatever the dude the name is, was running the show. He looked at little RT. He brought him out 2 little girls. And Lil RT was like, I don't want that. He was like, you don't like that? It's 2 girls. You don't like that? Little nigga, he ain't understand that. He ain't know what the fuck was going on. He's like, what is happening right now? But I'm 10, and I'm a rapper, a gangster trap rapper. This shit is disgusting, y'all. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, young man.
This video. I genuinely want to know. Like, this is actually insane.
Oh, shit.
That's not cool at all.
Like, bro, just let these kids be kids. Why are we putting kids on dating shows? That is weird. Especially 20v1s. I find it so insane how much Lil RT has been used and abused and just exploited through the black community.
Right. And it's like nobody's standing up and saying, no, fuck that. No, that little boy can't come in here doing all that bullshit.
Y'all need to stop using and abusing this kid for your own financial gain and just let him be a child, bruh. Why do we need videos of Lil RT swiping dudes for his mom or assisting dudes in a 20v1 or even Lil RT being on a 20v1? Nobody needs this content. What's crazy is at the end of this Lil RT 20v1, this man has the audacity to say,
y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all want to do another one, or y'all just talk to me, chat.
I want you to jump off of a bridge. Can you say that? I don't know.
No.
Man, I just held the latest dating show for children, man. If y'all want another one, make sure to tag your little cousin in the comment section. Tag little Timmy, tag your little sister, any kids, I want them all. Like, dog, read the room. Nobody wants another Little RT 20v1 or another children's dating show. You know this video is bad when this man turned off the entire comment section. This man probably got tons of hate for this, and I'm not gonna lie, this hate is justified. And if you thought that was bad, well, let me tell you that these 20v1s get even worse. Because there's actually this 20v1 with this rapper that goes by the name of Finesse 2 Times, and it starts off as your average 20v1 that you'd see on black YouTube. But then halfway through, Finesse 2 Times' son came in with them on the second round to basically just stick by his father's side while he's talking to these women. And the way that these women and Finesse 2 Times talk right in front of this child is actually weird. It's genuinely disgusting.
So after you nut, do you stay hard or you get soft?
That junk gets soft. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, that is definitely weird with your son. This nigga twiddling his hair and shit. He's like, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Go for about 40 minutes for that Johnny for round 2.
You might not take 40 minits with me.
Cap.
I'm just trying to see what's the freakiest shit a bitch ever did to you.
Man, one time.
Stand here and talk to you next to my goddamn child.
Right. On God, it's a bitch from Atlanta, cuz she married now. On God, I had a bitch with eating that right? Yeah. Man, that bitch got off that started sucking my toe, cuz.
If you spit my mouth right now, you gonna have to leave this home and
Me right though. Since you said when you got out,
All this went down with the little boy right there? That's crazy.
mess with some skinny girls.
Right.
So what would you say?
The only reason why I can't get skinny girls out my head no more, right? Cause one time, right, man, I was hitting a bit from the front, right? And man, she just got the squirting everywhere. F my head up.
I feel so bad for this kid because you can literally see it in his face. He's not trying to hear any of that. No child is trying to hear this freaky ass conversation, especially coming from one of his own parents. This
Right, next level freaky shit.
man's talking about how he be making girls squirt in front of his son. Bro, when I was young, the only thing I knew that squirted was my squirt gun in the closet. Why is this man talking about how he be making women squirt in front of his son? That's insane. If one of my parents
Because niggas think that shit is cool. They think that's a measure of masculinity, and he gonna teach it to his kids, so his kid can grow up and make bitches squirt, which is fine, but not like that. Not like that. Not at 7 or whatever age the little boy was.
were speaking freaky deaky right in front of me like this, the only option I'd have is to drive off of a cliff at 300 miles per hour in GTA, of course. And if you thought that it's disgusting hearing people talk about these sexual acts during these 20v1s, what about them actually doing these sexual acts? There's literally a 20v1 with the rapper JP, and mid 20v1, this man got that MW3 dome, if you catch my drift. Basically, he was just yapping it up with these girls, and this girl was talking about how she's got that Gawk 3000, you know, it goes crazy.
So you ever had no gag reflex or no?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say?
Yeah.
I've had several.
Oh, I can show you better, I can tell you.
And JP basically said that he needed proof of that gawk, right? So they go to the back, and this man starts getting gawked off mid 20v1. Number one, this is disgusting, and I feel bad for this
Let's not call it disgusting.
woman's parents, future kids, and anybody that associates with her.
But it's a bit much. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's certainly of low morality. We're not gonna say disgusting, but it's not. It's very uncouth, for sure. And remember that these things live on forever. And this lady in one day is gonna want a husband and all that. And you know what I mean, gave a gawk up on a random rapper on a random TV show. I mean, internet show that you did one time, and you want this man to kiss you in the mouth, knowing that on the altar before God.
And number two, the fact that all these grown men are just standing around eavesdropping, listening to another man get his meat slurped up is completely odd to me. These dudes literally look like some cheerleaders, bro. They're outside the door like, oh my gosh, JP, you're really getting your meat slurped off right now. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And if you thought that 20v1 was bad, well, it gets even worse because there was also this other 20v1 where this girl literally spit into one of the other contestants' mouths to basically show how freaky she was.
Miss Gabrielle.
Nah, you can do it. You can do it. What's your November?
Go right now. Let her do it.
He like that. He like that.
And they had that little funny shape man right there too. This nigga's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, enough of this. Look, let me transition back out. Listen, y'all, I'm not gonna get to the lizard people tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'll be back in the morning, chop some of this stuff up, find you some better news. Thank you for hanging out. Pretty much that's it. Look for the Baltimore City Comedy Festival. It's coming up this weekend. It's kicking off Wednesday. Kicking off this Wednesday with the opening ceremonies as well as my show, the Kill Mark Show. So y'all can check it out right there. That will be at the Motor House on North and Howard, right downtown in Baltimore. With that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. And that has been our show. Good night.